Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for July 17th to the 23rd. This is for Aries Sun and Rising, and if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Aries. I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your readings. Now, Aries, you can see that I'm in serious mode. This is a serious week. This is the biggest week of July, perhaps the biggest week of the year, okay? We are kicking it off on the 17th with a new moon in Cancer. There is a lot of energy shining into your fourth house, your domestic sector, okay? So this is anything that has to do with your home. A lot of y'all will be moving. I'm not going to lie. Thinking about moving, possibly buying real estate, thinking about getting a roommate. There may also be some activities with partners, okay? So, and your parents, your children. Think about just your home, okay? What involves your home? There's something new that's happening around this time. However, Pluto is opposing the sun. Pluto is being very naughty. Pluto, all the sun wants to do is shine light in this area. And so even though there are some things that are happening, Pluto is opposing the sun, and it is, Pluto is in Capricorn. And remember, that is your 10th house. So Pluto is sort of like, right now, he's kind of like being that boss. It's like, oh, it's your day off? Oh, cool. No, you're going to come into the office. I want you to take care of this, okay? So keep that in mind. This is a kind of power struggly thing. So it's all about you and you being on your feet and making sure that everything is aligning the way you need it to, okay? Now, the other big thing, the bigger thing, the biggest thing of all, if you saw my July forecast or even any of the readings I've been doing recently, you know this is a big day because this is when the lunar nodes shift. Okay, now this is the biggest shift that's happening this year. This is karmically and cosmically, okay? This is a true cycle of death and rebirth. There is one part of your life that you're ending. There is a new part that you're beginning. Now, why is this so significant for you, Aries? Because the North Node is moving into your sign. Your sign, Aries. Your life is changing, okay? Your life is changing big time. The South Node is moving into Libra. And so your destiny, your life direction, your life purpose, all of it is changing. It's time for you to take charge of it too. You're an Aries. You will. There's no denying that, okay? Nodes, by the way, they're just kind of like points of where you're coming and going in your life. Again, destiny related. You can even call it your life purpose if that makes it easier. They spend a year and a half in a sign, so this is until January 2025. So you're going to feel this for a year and a half. Your life is changing in the biggest way, okay? And until January 2025, and then they move into the nodes move into Pisces and Virgo, okay? But the North Node, the difference between the two, the North Node, where the North Node is moving into your sign. This is destiny. This is your calling. This is where you're heading. This is your karmic calling. Life purpose, okay? So keep that in mind. This is you being bold, courageous, moving into it. Hey, my life is changing. I want to change my life for the better. I want all these things in my life. I know where I'm heading. I'm going to make it happen. Now, the South Node is in Libra. The South Node is more like, it's kind of like the karma that you've accumulated at this point, and it's like letting go of those things to continue to let this karma through, to have that balance. Libra is the sign of balance. So it's really interesting what's happening here. And I'm going to tell you why. Things honestly are, it's so when I say leaving things behind, it's not like a bad thing. It's just things that you're done with. Now, the North Node is in your sign, okay? So this is all about you, all about your identity, all about who you are, how you want to be seen, all of that, okay? Huge. Again, your sign, your sign. All right, you're going through major changes. Now, the South Node is in Libra, which is your 7th house. Okay, this is clearly going to affect Aries rising more than Aries. All Aries are still going to feel this. So you're going to be thinking about partnerships. Okay, partnerships, things that you have to let go. Things that you have to let go, and partnerships in relationships will be a big thing for you. Even some legal matters, letting go of some stuff like concerning legal matters. But this is honestly, it's a big deal. This is an absolutely big deal. You know, you kick off the zodiac wheel, Aries. So think about the hero's journey. Think about your journey. In fact, you know, you're ruled by Mars, right? So this is honestly like you're the ram. You're like, go get it, Aries. Go get it. Go get your destiny right now. This is the time you're going to do it. And then with any hero's journey, again, it's honestly like there are going to be battles along the way. I always say life is not a Disney movie, okay? Like there's going to be challenges here and there, but you have to fight for your destiny, right? You have to fight for your destiny, the things that you want. Now for some Aries, it may be like Legend of Zelda. For other Aries, it could be like Walking Dead. It's how you approach it. It's how you go through your journey, okay? And so it's really about taking charge right now. This is a shake up, wake up moment. Wake up, take charge, okay? Take charge. What do you really want right now? What do you want in your life? How do you want to transform your life? These are the questions you'll be asking. You're going to start feeling it, and you're going to move toward it. Now, with Libra, which is all about, so if that's the North Node, the South Node is all about the, when you think about Libra, it's all about those interpersonal relationships, external relationships, finding balance in that, finding harmony in that. Okay, so even how you fit in society, this is what we're thinking about, okay? Letting things go, okay, that don't serve you, so this is easier for you, so you can harmonize better with the South Node in Libra. Again, this is going to have to deal with partnerships, but it really is like the social dynamics part of your chart. It's almost asking like, what is a system that you need to create in your life? Even if you have to make limits, go ahead, do it. Do what you need to do to find that balance, okay? When it comes to partnerships, and this is love or career, okay? Love or career, all right? And so this is honestly, it's all about you. It's all about having that courage right now, that leadership, really powering up for the rest of the year. I mean, this is absolutely huge. It's all about empowerment. I said in the July forecast, it's radical. We've come to that week. Remember, by the way, Venus is the ruling sign for Libra, okay? So Venus is going retrograde this weekend. So when I say, and again, remember how I said, there are going to be breakups, there are going to be shakeups, there are going to be wake-up calls with Venus going retrograde. The fact that Venus is going retrograde during the time that the South Node is moving into Libra, huge. It is unarguable that there are going to be things that you're going to be letting go, okay? But this is it's to give you more freedom, to make you feel more empowered, for you to like feel alive. This is what it is. This is what it is. Now, Pluto is going to be squaring these. I mean, so Pluto's just been he's been very naughty this week. He's been squaring the nodes, all right? So this is going to be a little bit of like a bumpy intro, but Pluto is, I always say, when Pluto comes around, he asks you, are you going to fear me? You're going to own me, okay? Are you going to fear me or are you going to own me? So own it. Don't do anything based out of fear. Don't let any fear control you with these changes that are happening in your life, okay? You are going to go through massive changes. So think about being on, I guess, like a roller coaster, okay? Are you going to be holding onto the bars? Are you going to have your hands up? Are you going to pass out? Right? This is your destiny. Have your hands in the air, okay? Have your hands in the air. No fear right now, Aries. Your cardinal signs, and this is why it's a cardinal cross, cardinal cross, okay? Because it's Aries and Libra, right? The opposite signs in the zodiac wheel. Now, the other thing that's happening is on the 20th. Yeah, we're already. I remember, what is this? 10 minutes into okay, 10 minutes into it, I haven't even told you everything else that's happening. Okay, so on the 20th, the sun is trining Neptune. Okay, this is very beautiful. This is your imagination going wild. Okay, this is really helpful, balancing out all that Pluto naughtiness. Now, I know that, like, listen, when I say let your imagination go wild, I know that, like, sometimes, like, people may see, all right, imagination, okay, cool. I want you to remember, imagination is what created fire. Imagination is what built this world. Imagination wrote the best books in history, gave us the best movies in history. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Really imagine the world for yourself. Really imagine the things that you want to do in your life, okay? And how you want to impact people, okay? And for the greater good. Imagination is just, it's moving, all right? Now, on the 20th, again, on that same day, depending on where you live, 20th, 21st, Mars is going to oppose Saturn, all right? So these are the two malefic planets. This is not good. This is an old Wild West. You know when it's like that face-off? What's it called? When they're standing, that's what it is. It's a little aggressive. It's a stare down. It's been happening for a while. Mars has been opposing Saturn, but this is the day that it really peaks, okay? So it might be kind of like, it's one of those, it's going to be a time where you're just going to have to really, really wake up, okay? Pay attention. Pay attention. It's almost like an escape room where you can't find your way out. Some of y'all are going to feel that way. Some of you are going to feel like there's a wall and I can't get past it. Why? Ask yourself why, and then make ways to get past it, okay? Remember, you used your imagination. That is going to, your imagination is going to run wild, all right? So don't be afraid of that. It's almost like, you know, there's, if you know how people just, you know, walk on the sidewalk on their phone, texting, and they're not aware of anything that's happening around them. This is one of those days where you have to pay attention. Pay attention the entire week, actually. Now, on the 22nd, the sun is moving into Leo. This is huge. The sun being in Leo, all that sunlight in Leo. We're moving into Leo season, which is really great. However, Venus goes retrograde on that day. So it's kind of like a weird, like, WTF, like, what just happened? It's, but it's still like, it's gonna be, you're gonna have moments where you, again, like I said, it's all about reassessing things, rethinking things, reevaluating things. It's honestly like, we're moving into like one of the wildest, and for a lot of people, very exciting time. It's a very exciting time. If you can handle, if you're awake, if you can pay attention and handle these maneuvers, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Now, the other thing that's happening is, you know, I never really talk about Chiron. Chiron is in your sign, though. That's why I'm going to mention it for you. Chiron, the wounded healer, goes all the way back to childhood, is going retrograde. So now, I mean, like, think about this. This is like 5 heavenly bodies retrograde. Wait until next month. We're not even done yet. There's more planets going retrograde. So everything that you need to do it now, especially with this new moon, okay? Especially with this new moon and with all the nodes changing, take advantage now, all right? So Venus retrograde, I'm going to talk more about next week, because this week it's going to I'm focusing more on that new moon and the changing of the nodes, okay? Your destiny. This is all about your destiny. Destiny is all. So Aries, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for July. You saw that card flip over. Yeah, I mean, you're good. That's a good sign, right? So for July, and I don't do jumpers. I trust my guides. And if it does show up in your thread, then we will talk about it in detail. Like, really emphasize. So again, this is for Aries. Sun and rising July 17th to the 23rd, and if you want to read your moon, your Venus, all these other placements, you are absolutely welcome to, but let's go ahead and let's get started. Aries, this is a huge week for you. Huge week for Aries, okay? You've already been having a lot of changes in your life. You've been going through a lot of changes, Aries. Let's get started. So As I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. It really gives the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Aries, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I love, that Jupiter is in, not only is Jupiter in your second house of income, I don't know if you remember, I did a video. First of all, in your July forecast, no, in your last week's reading, in your future, you got the Page of Pentacles, and then I did that full moon reading for every sign, and you got the Page of Pentacles. You're fine. You're good. Look at this. You're moving. You're good. You're good. I wasn't, I'm never worried. Y'all are leaders. Y'all don't let S get in the way. You take charge. Like, I'm never worried about Aries. There are times when I am where I'm like, oh, but your readings have been amazing. Look at this. 10 of Swords. In your past. Done. Done and done. A lot of hardships Aries haven't gone through. A lot of... I'm getting a lot of, there's some things that have just been really hard for you, especially when you subconsciously, okay? Fears, okay? Doubt, a lot of self-doubts because of all these big changes. So that's the biggest message coming through. But with the Ten of Swords, this came up in your past, okay? So this is clearly saying that you have been going through a lot, all right? Up here. And then also, remember, Saturn is in Pisces, and that is your 12th house, okay? And that does rule the subconscious. And so remember, this week, Mars is opposing Saturn, but it feels like you are so over it. You're doing everything you can. So I want you to be sure to learn from any challenges that you've been going through. Don't take it for granted. Just don't say like, oh goodness, thank goodness that's over. Learn from it so it never happens again. Learn from it so it never happens again. You never fall into that situation again. That is the biggest message coming up. But 10 is the end. That sun is coming through. Those dark clouds are clearing. This is the card of new dawn. Now, this is in the past. Look at what we've come to in the heart of your spread. You got the King of Pentacles. When I say Jupiter and Taurus is huge for y'all, that's your second house of income, money. A lot of Aries are making a lot of money, okay? A lot more money than you have in the past 12 years, all right? And if you haven't felt it yet, Jupiter just went into Taurus 2 months ago. So if you're not seeing it yet, you're gonna. I read all your comments. I see everyone say, all of y'all that are getting new jobs or getting promotions. I mean, it's amazing. Even my friends that are Aries, they're seeing money that they've never seen in a long time. So, like I said, if you haven't seen it yet, it's coming. You look what you got. You got the Ten of Swords in your past, and now you got the King of Pentacles in the heart of your spread, okay? This is absolutely amazing. Not only is the King of Pentacles the richest king, but what did I say earlier? Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, moved into Taurus, your second house of salary, income, finances, money. The King of Pentacles is Taurus. In the heart of your spread, your destiny is changing. And this is not only just money and wealth, it's wealth in all areas of your life. Wealth in relationships, wealth in family, wealth in, the King of Pentacles, he's a huge protector. He's a huge, provider, okay? Oh, come on, look at that. He holds the golden scepter. Only 2 people in tarot hold the golden scepter. This golden scepter, anything he touches turns to gold, okay? So this is absolutely going to be a week for you. This is going to be a week for you. A wonderful week. And this is, when I say rich, he's rich. In your challenge area, you did get the 3 of Cups. It's more like a breakthrough area. There's 2 things coming up for me right now, especially looking at your spread. It's really you are entering a brand new cycle this week. One that is really, really going to be you're gonna feel it. You're definitely gonna feel it. Three, this is a card of celebration and joy, okay? So it's almost like there's two things coming up. One, there could be something that did happen where you didn't get something you wanted, okay? It could have been a job. You could have even gotten fired from a job, or you could have been let go, or there could have been something career-wise or even relationship-wise, especially with the South Node in your 7th house, especially with Venus going retrograde in your 5th house, all right? That is love and romance as well as creativity, self-expression, recreation, or whatnot. But there's something that it really affected you emotionally, all right? So know that you're gonna be fine. This is a big week. My intro was 10 minutes long. It was longer than that. There's so much happening this week. It's a crazy week. But again, you can make it awesome. You can make it awesome. If there is something that did happen where it's just like, oh, bummer. It's like a bummer moment. Know that you're fine. You're fine. The North Node just moved into your sign. We are on we're kicking off this week with a new moon in Capricorn. So that is for some Aries to take home with, all right? Just know that if something did come through and you're just like, bummer, 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 know that you're fine. Look at the rest of your spread. Now, the other thing is that I want you to, like, 1000% be a lot more social, okay? There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. This is a time to be social, but in a way where you're figuring out, is this person someone that I actually want to be friends with? Is this person like a time waster? Not to be mean or whatever, but is this person like someone that is worth me, spending time with? Or do I go after my, destiny and spend more time working on the things that I really want, okay? And that's why I want you to be social, because it's time to really, like I said, with the South node going into Libra, relationships for y'all, okay? Your social network, all of that. I really, really, really want you to think about that, okay? Especially relationships too. Thinking about relationships, all right? Family is also a really big thing, all right? There is going to be a sense of something that could be really challenging when it comes to family this week, all right? Especially with that new moon in Cancer and Pluto opposing it. So keep that in mind, all right? So head up, chin up. You've got this, Aries. Everything's going to be fine. And then also have the last message that's coming through is have a little bit of like, it's almost like for a lot of other Aries, things are so great that you are, it's almost like, how do I say this nicely? It's almost like things are going so great for a lot of Aries, a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new things happening. It's almost like you're just going with it and things are great, but you're not taking that moment to like appreciate those moments, right? So that's the last message that's coming through, okay, for me, and especially with the 3 of Cups in your challenge area, okay? Now, you got the Star. If I remember correctly, you're always going to... Listen, the Star is the card of your hopes and wishes and all of that, like, aligning for you. The Star comes after the Tower. If this is faith, this is stars aligning for you. And when you think about where Pluto is, so Pluto, which is being very naughty this week, is in Aquarius. Well, sorry, Pluto's in Capricorn, but is going back into Aquarius January 2024. And so you got a preview of what's to come for the next 20 years between March of this year to June of this year. All right. So why I'm saying that is because that is your 11th house of hopes and wishes. So there are things that you have big plans, Aries. Looking at your spread, you have big plans. Do not, again, let Pluto throw these curveballs at you, okay? If Pluto's throwing curveballs at you, just bat them away, all right? You're Aries. And here you go. You got the Knight of Swords. All right. So absolutely love this for you. Knight of Swords, speaking of like being bold and courageous, going after your destiny, I always say that, hey, he reminds me of Uhtred, son of Uhtred. All right. I don't know if you got that reference. But this is really interesting because this Knight in particular is Gemini. All right. So it's like your mind going like, a million miles a minute. You have so many ideas, and they're going, like, again, this is a week where your imagination's going to run wild, but also just this is like communication, logic, intellect, decisions, like everything up here. All right, it's almost like no fear. He has absolutely no fear. There is something that you want to pursue in a huge way. In a huge way, it's almost like uh, this journey. Again, it's your hero's journey. One other thing I'm going to point out about the Knight of Swords is you see the feather of truth in his hat or helmet there. Who else has the feather of truth? The Fool. Kicks off the hero's journey. Boom. Now, you got the Hermit in your future. So, it looks like there's a lot that's going to be happening for you. And you're going to really go deep. That's what the Hermit does. It's all about that soul searching. All right? All about that soul searching. And what's really interesting about this is still there's a lot of work related stuff that is kind of like your priority for a lot of Aries. Again, don't and another thing that's coming up with your spread is like don't neglect family around this time, especially with that new moon in Cancer. But this is saying that like you are so much is happening here. You're gonna go deep to do that soul searching like the Hermit, okay, to find that inner wisdom, okay, as you move forward. Okay, this is going to help you stay grounded in the present as you think about your destiny moving forward. So this is a very good sign. I absolutely love that for you. And the Hermit is ruled by Virgo. Mars, your ruling planet, moved into Virgo. You know that, right? As of last week. All right, so that is your 6th house of everyday activities, of work, of labor, even health. All right, so really spending that time to really dig deep and have that inner knowledge and wisdom and all of that, right? Just trusting yourself, all that intuition, just helping you move forward, because this is going to be a wild week for you. It's going to be a wild week. So Aries, let's get to your stuff. If you like this reading, Aries, it would be great if you, oh my God. It would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from you, okay? And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. You know, I love you so much. I am freaking out. Aries. I'm gonna turn that card back around. You probably saw what it was, didn't you? Did you see what it was? Tell me if you saw it. Oh my. Well, I'm just gonna show you. So remember, your last reading, you had the Page of Pentacles, okay? In that I did like a special full moon reading, your future in that full moon reading in Capricorn. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's only like you'll see you had in your future the Page of Pentacles, and now you got the Page of Pentacles. Three times. Are you into numerology? Aries? 3. Creation, the birth of new things. 3 times, okay? But look at this. Look at this. I don't even know what to say. Wheel of Fortune. Your life is changing. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Your life is changing in a big way. Remember, Jupiter, as I said, moved into Taurus, your 2nd house, so salary, money, like wealth. Also self-value and self-confidence. Remember, the North Node moved into your sign, all right? This is all about taking charge of your destiny, really grabbing it by the horns. Like your life is changing, okay? This card is ruled by Jupiter. Remember I said Jupiter is in Taurus. King of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. Now, you just got the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about 10. Remember what I said, 1 0 equals 1, new beginning. So your life is really going to change. And here's the thing, I'm not going to lie. You know this, okay? You know this. I am getting a message that you know that your life is changing. You want a little bit of luck with it. That's what this card is. It's luck. It's the gods above looking down at you saying, hey, Aries, we're going to give you this huge boost. on the on your path of destiny. This is absolutely like mind-blowingly bonkers, especially because the Page of Pentacles showed up again. Your last reading and the reading I did before that, the full moon in Capricorn reading, it said they were both in your future, saying you had the Page of Pentacles. So there you go. I mean, now it's in your external factors area. So there is no denying at this point that there's something new that's happening in your life. There's no denying it. And a lot of it is money. So new job, promotion, new career, maybe starting a side hustle, maybe even, you know, considering what's happening in your entire, you know, for Aries right now. It could even be money coming in through partnership, or even like your partner gets a big boost. But even way, this is either way, it's what's happening right now is being, you are definitely coming into money. And it's a lot of y'all are getting new jobs because it is look at what's happening. I'll just go ahead and show you. You have the Page of Cups and your final outcome. A lot of y'all are moving into new jobs, new relationships, love wise as well. I would, hey, if you are, and again, I'm going to talk about this next week. Venus is moving into retrograde this weekend, or Venus is going retrograde this weekend. It is not a good time to be in a relationship or to start, to start a new relationship, okay? It's like any other retrograde. There's, you know, like Mercury retrograde. You never want to sign contracts. You never want to initiate anything or put something in, like, significant, right? With relationships, as long as you can do it before the weekend, hey, that's great. I mean, Venus will be in shadow, but at least it's not retrograde. Now, Page of Pentacles, the biggest thing I'm getting is like you're moving into this absolutely new area in your life. And a lot of it's going to be money and wealth. A lot of it is just going to be in your physical world. So it can be like newness in your family, newness in your home, newness in, you know, relationships. Just like new, because this page likes to learn. Pentacles are, again, it's your physical world, and so he likes to learn, he likes to educate himself. He eventually wants to become the King of Pentacles, and he will, because he is that powerful. Okay, you're reading, oh my goodness, you got the Nine of Cups. This is the card of satisfaction. This is the card. Look at the cups aligned over his head, right? That's amazing, okay? That shows a lot of enlightenment, all right? This is the wish come true card. I say it's the genie in a bottle energy. Hey, not only did you get the stars aligning for you, hopes and wishes, you got the hopes and the wish coming true. You are definitely putting a lot of effort into manifesting these dreams that you want and all these things that you want in your life, and it's coming, okay? So keep that in mind. Page of Cups. This is, you know, cups are emotions. It's love. It's joy. It's wonderment. It's all of that, feelings. And this is like this is just, you know, something new. Pages, again, they're the newbies. They bring in that new energy. Even messages, okay? You could be getting messages of something new coming through in your life. But, hey, remember what I talked about, that imagination. That's all here, okay? You see that fish representing creativity and imagination? Look how compelled he is by that fish, right? But this is, at the end of the day, just something new that you are wanting really bad, and it's going to fulfill you. And it's basically you following your bliss. Aries, you are, you're good. You're good. I mean, honestly, this is the biggest week for you this year, okay? For you this year, and for a lot of the all the other signs, actually, with the nodes changing, with it, you know, on the day of the new moon in Capricorn, the fact that Venus is going retrograde this weekend, I mean, there's so much happening. It's like we're moving into Leo season. There's which is a fellow fire sign like you. I mean, this is huge. I mean, oh my goodness, your reading is... Yeah, also, you want to see something? Look at this. Look at your entire spread. They're all court cards and major arcanas other than the Ten of Swords that's in your past, letting those go, and then the Nine of Cups. But that's a very like yay card. That's a very yay card. All right. You're good. You're good. Aries, you're good. So with that said, you're good. Just keep going after your destiny. Everything's gonna happen for you. You have all this newness coming in. Don't forget, in the heart of your spread, you have the King of Pentacles. Aries, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from you. I want to know what's going on. And if you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I will see you next week. Do I do your August next week? No, we have one more week before August. All right, so I'll see. And that's when I'm going to do Venus retrograde. That's, because it's happening over the weekend. So we'll talk more about that because we're moving into that. Anyway, thanks so much, Aries. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.